Is in the air this time by two of our championship contenders on the front row. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Baku. The second to last race of the 2024 season, and already Maki Kitagawa, wanting to stretch your championship lead, comes to the inside of Lotus Coughlin. Both of these drivers within a few points of each other, and cutting it very close sideways off of corner number 2. That wouldn't be how you wanted to end your day so early in the race. But Maki Kitagawa keeps the car underneath her and slots into the first spot out of corner number 2. Well, first off, let us take a look at the start. A not so great start from Maki Kitagawa. She does manage to get alongside, but right there gets outbraked heavily by the 72, but gets a much better exit. The 72 sends it in there too far, and watch how sideways this car is as she heads into the braking zone. Gets under power too early. Oh, gets too much curb. My goodness, what a save that was. And that quite possibly just saved her championship hopes and kept them alive. Oh, and we have a yellow flag on the track. Chris Brizza, currently inside the top 5 in points, is out as he sits on the inside curbing. And that is going to be a local yellow. Now we're getting a race stoppage. So obviously there's been an impact somewhere else, because I believe Chris Brizza can still drive the car. It might be pretty heavily broken though. We'll have to take a look. Here's a good look at it. So this is looking down the straightaway here, coming to the inside. Oh, and Giovanni Rubio is the other car involved, upside down and into the runoff area, and heavy contact for the both drivers. This is on board with Giovanni Rubio. Chris Brizza is going to do a little bit of blocking. A big run from Giovanni. He goes to the inside. Another big block from Chris. And then, oh, wow. Chris braked really, really early there. I don't think Giovanni could have anticipated that. And a big flip ends up with Giovanni on his lid. I mean, from my perspective there, that looks to be... It was going to be a weaving penalty on Chris Brizza. No doubt about that, regardless of if this crash happened or not. But right here, Giovanni's probably just trying to tuck back in line, and he doesn't realize that the 77 is already at its breaking point. You can see the 100 sign back there, the 100-meter sign, and Giovanni just didn't register that. And we talked about Chris. He's very safe in these corners. He said earlier this morning that he doesn't want to get caught up in an accident such as this. And that's not going to be how he wants to end his day. And look at how high up into the air the Giovanni Rubio car gets before slamming into the Tech Pro barriers and ending up on the halo and roll bar of this Carbon Works F4 mod provided to us by Lucas BE. And that is a major, major accident. Giovanni Rubio and Chris Brizza bring out the first caution of the day, a massive crash. We'll be back after this. As Maki Kitagawa has built up a bit of a gap, and this is the battle for the second spot on the racetrack. Makinahara looking for any point she can so that she can go into the final race with a shot to win the championship. She goes to the inside. What a pass by Shoka Makinahara, reigning champion. Wants to stay in this fight, and that'll help her. Let's get another look. This is on board with Shoka Makinahara. We saw a pass attempt there go awry earlier. And a big block for Lotus Coughlin, but she knows she can't let the inside be blocked there, or else that would be a weaving penalty. And Makinahara goes by and quite easily takes the spot. And here's a little bit of a battle growing on track. This is Iraha Igarashi and Yusuke Tomazaki, two drivers who will not be in this series come the beginning of next year. Iraha getting gained on now by Yusuke. Both of these drivers being very impressive for the teams that they're racing for. Torment GP was probably bottom level of everybody a few years ago. And now, look at this move. Yusuke Still not quite close enough yet. Down into the braking zone of turn number 1. Yusuke Tomazaki in that red and blue machine. Looking to the inside of Itaha Igarashi. Does he get the pass done? No, he has to back off just a bit. But here he gets the run out of the corner. Side by side down the main straight. Passes and clears the number 14. Still trying to get blocked, or trying to block the 14 car. Ooh, that was close. And Yusuke makes it through into the next spot. What a move. Take a look how that one was pulled off to the inside right there. He almost goes for it, but forces the 14 into a mistake almost. It did definitely look like that. She knew he was going to be towards her inside there. And just made her overdrive the corner just a bit. And that was a veteran move there by the young Yusuke Tomazaki, who's going to BF2 next season. Going by, as we watch from one of our stationaries here, you can see a lot of those cars that are going by on the monitor right now. Oh, and we got a car damaged there. That is Michelle Pasternak in the high-tech, and that is going to be a major crash. Oh, boy. And we got another one involved there as well on its side. I think that is... it's hard to tell. It's an orange car. It almost looks like Kyle Reed, possibly. And Chris Brizza would be out, and Yusuke Tomazaki was nowhere near that accident, really. So that is probably Kyle Reed, as the two are running basically nose to tail. Well, let's get another look from our stationary here. Oh, big crash. Oh, and upside down for both cars. Wow, 3 flips in one race. And that is a big one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a scary, scary accident. Once again, these drivers are not actually in those cars, obviously. This is a simulation. We feel the need to remind people when crashes like this happen, but that was essentially what Max Verstappen in 2021 could have been here at Baku, and that is not good. We can only assume that these two made some contact. Oh, and there it is. Wow. Just got turned straight into that Rolex barrier and immediately, completely destroys the car. Had to go back a little further just to make sure that what we're seeing is correct. But right there, it looked like the 17 just misjudged how far over the 2 was. Didn't realize she was right there. And look at this. The cars rebound into the track. Very, very lucky that no one else was behind them when this crash happened, because that could have caused a multi-car pileup easily. Does 2 full barrel rolls. Upside down. Rolls on its lid. And then right here you see as Michelle ends up landing down on the track fairly heavily, and Kyle Reed barrel rolls in the background there, and that is a huge, huge crash. Another one of our stationaries. There you see where it went wrong. Kyle and Michelle. Extremely heavy contact. And I believe that's about the 3rd or 4th time that Kyle Reed has gone over this season. It has not been the best of seasons for him, for sure, but he's got something to look forward to next year. Headed up to the BF2 series. Hopefully he finds some success there, because it has been a struggle these past couple years in the BF4 series. And this battle for first is actually heating up right now. Look at that. All 3 cars basically under a blanket right now. Maki Kitagawa still leads over Shoka Makinahara and Lotus Coughlin in the 3rd spot as they head into the very tricky left-hander here and up the hill. Almost a little bit of contact there into the wall, but not quite. Maki expertly running her way around this course right now, and there goes Lotus Coughlin to the inside of Shoka Makinahara and actually makes the pass. Yeah, this Lotus Coughlin car has been very fast these past couple laps. The car has woken up in a big way, and Lotus Coughlin is wheeling this car right now and catching up to the leader Maki Kitagawa And her fate could be sealed right now. Look at this! Nose to tail, 1, 2, 3. This is a great battle that we're watching right now. And to the inside looks Lotus Coughlin. Not enough of a move there yet, though. Maki Kitagawa ruins her hopes. Blocks her off. To the outside goes Lotus Coughlin once again. And to the inside she goes now. Another block from Maki Kitagawa, blocking all over the place. They almost make contact. Into the right-hander. Big run out of the corner for Lotus Coughlin. Will she be able to make the pass? They're side by side for the lead. Oh, and they almost make contact, do they? I couldn't quite tell, but Lotus Coughlin is in front. Down the front stretch, I don't believe they made any contact. Big blocks being put on, weaving down the front stretch. We'll have to see. She's got to be careful here. Big block put on Maki Kitagawa again. To the inside comes Kitagawa for the lead. Down into the braking zone, and Lotus Coughlin somehow pulls out of that with the lead. How did she get that done? Unbelievable racing that we're seeing right now. This is on board with Maki Kitagawa through this. Lotus Coughlin comes to the inside. Oh my goodness, that was very, very close. Maki could have caused a very big wreck right there, being very aggressive defending the spot. And then right here, it's a bit of an eye for an eye situation as Lotus Coughlin weaving back and forth, trying to make a block or break the arrow, but it ends up giving a massive draft to Maki Kitagawa, but Lotus Coughlin just sends it into the corner so deep. I don't know how she made it, but to her credit, she pulls it off somehow. Unbelievable drive by Lotus Coughlin, the 17-year-old, with an incredible day to remember. And I tell you what, this battle has been going on all day. Once again, Iroha Igarashi and Yusuke Tomazaki, two Japanese drivers, both not going to be in the series next year, battling it out. This is for the 7th spot on the racetrack. Yusuke actually got by Iroha earlier, and now he's trying to get the spot back. He lost it due to a pit violation earlier. Tries to go for it into the corner, and right here he's going to have to be really careful. This is one of the tightest sections of the racetrack by far. Big block put on by Iroha, but she knows that he has to lay off coming out of that corner. Yusuke's right there, though. Right on the rear end. Oh, and a bad exit for Iroha, and this might be his chance as he scoots to the inside. Oh, and does he clear? Just barely. Yusuke takes the spot back. Impressive. And this is the battle for the final spot on the podium right now. Fabio Brizza has tracked down and hunted down Shoko Makinahara, which is playing in his hands, as Makinahara is fighting for the championship. She needs every single point she can get, but Fabio is just fighting for a spot in the top 5 in points. And comes to the outside. Will this be the pass for the 3rd spot? Oh boy, Shoko closes the door almost. Oh, and slides wide almost into the wall for Fabio, but he pulls the pass off somehow. And here's another look at this pass for the final spot on the podium. Once again, this is really, really not what Shoko wanted to see, but this is a masterful pass around the outside, showing why Fabio still has that spot for next year. And wow, almost slides out of the corner and picks up the wall right there. 3 laps to go at the line this time. 2 wide for the lead, and it's going to be a 3-horse battle. Will he take it 3? Yes, Fabio Brizza to the outside. Unbelievable. 3 wide down the front stretch. This is crazy stuff that we're seeing right now. This looks doctored. 3 wide around the outside. Fabio Brizza trying to make the move to the pass and trying to upset. Down the front stretch. He hasn't been there all day. Big lunge into turn 1 by Lotus Coughlin, and she goes wide. Fabio Brizza takes the lead and runs away with it. What a move by the 1 car. Proving time and time again why these guys are top-level professional motorsports drivers, not just esports racers around the outside. What a move this was. And look at how long they're 3 wide for. Almost banging wheels together as Maki Kitagawa and Fabio Brizza. And right here, Lotus Coughlin loses a bit of ground to these two who are still battling wheel to wheel down into the front stretch. And watch this. Lotus Coughlin goes around the outside, but just takes too much. Takes a bunch of curb. And Fabio makes it by and starts to run away. He is now pulled out to a 2-second gap over the next 2 cars. And it'll be 1 lap to go this time by for Fabio Brizza. What a wild one it has been. Brizza with some lap traffic down the front stretch. That is Colin Crown in the Prema Racing Machine. The leaders get by him. White flag is out. We are on the final lap. And Fabio Brizza trying to hold off Lotus Coughlin, who's vying for a win to try and keep her championship hopes alive. Wow, what an epic championship battle it's going to be. 4 cars within the range, as it stands right now, of capturing the championship. Mathematically, technically, if all 4 of the other drivers crash out, Chris Brizza could win the championship. And we've seen crazier things in this series before. But realistically, 4 cars are all within about a 4-point range of each other right now, as long as everything finishes as it does. But Lotus Coughlin trying to get that final point just to put herself a little bit ahead of the others. And going to the inside, she might just do that. Oh, not quite. Fabio Brizza, already with a win this season, trying to hold off Lotus Coughlin for quite possibly his most impressive win of his racing career. An incredible 3-wide move with 4 laps left in the race. Puts him into the lead of the race, but now he's going to have to fend off a championship-hungry Lotus Coughlin, looking for her 4th win of the season. Around the outside, looking for that extra gap. Nothing is quite there yet. The young Japanese driver Jiro Yakuin taking over for Lotus Coughlin. She wants to go out on a bang before she moves up a series next year. Around the outside, still not enough of a move there yet. She's waiting in the wings for the perfect moment. Oh, tries to pull to the inside, but knows that move wasn't going to work. It's going to be a big run out of the corner, though. Nose to tail into the final couple of corners here. This is going to be an interesting one. Is she going to pull the same move that Fabio did on her and Maki Kitagawa just 3 laps prior? Around the outside comes Lotus Coughlin, trying to get a 4th win of the season. Fabio Brizza not going to let it happen, though. 1 corner left to go, and it's just the front straightaway. It's oh so long. To the inside comes Lotus Coughlin. A big block from Fabio Brizza. Can Lotus Coughlin get back in line? Swerving down the front stretch. And Fabio Brizza, what a day, gets his 2nd win of the season. Lotus Coughlin comes home 2nd, and 4 drivers will be in 4 points of range of each other come the final race. How about that?